Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to the Shabbat of this morning. The Parshas that we are discussing about this morning is Parshas Va-Yera. He appeared. God appeared to our forefather. God appeared to Abraham Avenu when he was after his the circumcision, and when he was sitting by the tree in the heat of the day, and God came to discuss and to chat with him. And please, the subtitle the Parshas of this morning is The Well of Life, the voice of Yishmael. The well of life and the voice of Yishmael. Remember, Yishmael matters. Our people wanted to say that Yishmael does not matter. And I keep on telling my people that there is no way that we can just close our eyes and bypass it. We are wasting our time. Yishmael is the son of who? Of Abraham Avenu. And God himself does not cast him off. Even though in the Talmud gave us a kind of midrash. In Talmud, there's a midrash that said, and the angel came to God and said, let Ishmael die. Now what Talmud is saying so. Talmud said, the angel came to God and said, let the boy die. We don't need him. And God said, no, the boy will not die, because I hear the voice of the boy. Remember, God is a mighty God. He's a God of justice. He's a God of righteousness. For he knows in his heart, Ishmael has done nothing wrong. The man has done nothing wrong. Even though there is one of our sage, as I said, one of our greatest sage, that his name is Ishmael. And what is the meaning of the word Ishmael? What does it mean? Ishmael, the name of the meaning of that name is God hears. God listens. So are you saying that if God said no, the boy shall live, who is we to say the boy shall die? Who is we as a human being to say we shall destroy them? Remember, Ishmael is Arab. Ishmael is the Bedouin. They are part of us that we as a people has to unite together and come together as one son, one daughter, one people of Abraham. Until that day, then we are just wasting our time. When that day comes, then we can say, yes, we have arrived. The hatred, the kind of hatred between us, it has to end. We are one family. That's what the Torah is telling us. And we need to understand and see from the Torah perspective what is teaching us. So I'm going to tell you, as I said, I'm going to read what Rabbi Jeffrey Salkin said. So this parasha is from Rabbi Jeffrey Salkin. Okay? Every American tourist who goes to Jordan returns raving about Patra. What is Patra? Patra is a city in Jordan, right? So it's a city that is carved from stone. So it's a beautiful place. I want us, by the grace of God, one day for us to go down there too. It's a nice place. How could you not? That glorious ancient Nabatean city, carved into the rock by seemingly invisible hands, is truly on the runner-up of wonders of the ancient world. This past summer, Rabbi Jeffrey Salkin said he visited Patra on their congregational trip to Israel and Jordan. As glorious as the scenery was in the final destination, it was the journey to that destination that taught him, the rabbi, what actually the Torah is talking about. This is a rabbi who has been reading the Torah all his life, but he never understands it. He has been reading the Torah, reading, preaching, teaching his people, but he never understood it the way he understood when he went to Patra. So the Torah came alive to him in Patra. So let us see actually what happened in Patra to this rabbi. He said, so to get into Patra, one must ride on the horseback into the gorge and then begin a long walk to the ancient city. A Bedouin boy, not older than 10 years old, led him on that trusty Arabian stallion. Like New York City cabs driver who had become adept to the art of a small shark, So what he's saying that it was the boy, not less than 10 years old, on the horseback that led him into that city. The people, all these people that take tourists, you know, that's their job, you know, they take the tourists into all those different parts. So, and there was a conversation between that boy and the rabbi. So let's hear what that conversation was. So what do you, so the boy is asking now the rabbi, what do you do? He asked. The rabbi answered, I am a rabbi. So the boy now said, what is that? He asked. What a confused look on his face. The boy was confused. What's the rabbi? I've never heard the word rabbi. So the rabbi replied him, a rabbi, I cast about of something that he might understand, because he's just 10 years old. So the rabbi quickly thinks, what can I tell him so that he can understand what is the meaning of a rabbi? So the rabbi said, oh, the rabbi is like an imam, you know, to the Muslim. So he understood what an imam is. So to the Jews, it is called a rabbi. That is a good job, the boy replied. He countered and laughed. What do you do in your job? The boy asked. What do you do? Because I know what the imam does. So the boy asked him, what do you do as a rabbi? What's your job? So now the rabbi replied, well, I tell stories. My job is to tell stories. I tell stories. So the boy asked, oh, okay, what kind of story do you tell? So the rabbi now replied, what kind of story? So he was thinking, what can I tell him? Oh, he said, okay, you know what? I tell the story about Ibrahim, about Jacob, about Musa, about Dawood. And immediately he said, you know what? I also talk about Yishmael. So because those are the equivalent of the name in Islamic religion. You know, Dawood meaning David, and Jacob meaning Jacob, Ibrahim, Abraham. You know, so it's so that the boy will understand what his job is, right? So suddenly, a faraway look came upon his face. He was looking somewhere far, far, far in distance, way beyond the canyon of the Patra. He was looking far off in the desert to a place perhaps with no name, a place of memory or a legend. Yes, he murmured, tug on the rein of the horse. Yes, I know what the stories are, because the rabbi asked him, do you know the stories of these people? He said yes. Why? Because you remember our history or our stories that our fathers. That's how we learn. When we're young, at the age of 2 years old, they start telling us the story about Abraham, about Isaac, about Jacob. He said that is the normal thing in the desert. In the night, not the girls. I'm not a what do you call it? Remember, I'm not a what do you call it? Sexist, right? But it's not about that. The boys, they gather before the fathers, right? The men, and they make fire and they drink tea, and the men begin to tell the children the story about Ibrahim, about Jacob, about Isaac. You know, just put the memory in the life of the children. That's how we train them up. So now, where the rabbi is thinking in his head, where was he looking? Because the boy was looking, was just looking far, 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 far in the desert. What is this boy thinking? He wondered. Perhaps he was looking into the wilderness of Paran, way in the south. And his sudden silence was, the boy was just silent. What is going on? Perhaps he was staring on the ears to hear the cry of a mother and a child, whose stories was his own story, whose tales was his own tale, whose life was somehow implicated in his own life. It was precisely at that moment that I came to understand the Torah in a way that was hitherto close to me. It was precisely at that moment that I realized that the liberal Jews have lost a story that is theirs. This is it. This boy was thinking in his mind. He was just continuing leading the rabbi to Petra. So the rabbi begins to think, why is he looking down in the desert? The rabbi begins to think in his head, perhaps this boy is listening to the desert. Remember, this man is an American. He's a rich man. He has never walked in the desert. He doesn't know the voice of the desert. The desert speaks. The boy understood the desert very well, right? Because the American will have big houses, no? Everybody enjoyed themselves. But the boy has to lead these stories in the path of safety, because the life of those stories are in his hand. He's the captain. You need to lead them gently, gently until they get to their final destination. But the boy was listening, hearing a sound. Maybe there is a wolf. Oh, okay, no. But actually, what the rabbi was saying was that the boy was listening to the voice of a woman, the voice of a child, the voice of something in the desert that is telling him about a deep, deep, deep memory. The story begins in Genesis chapter 16. Abraham and Sarah were childless. Sarah gave her Egyptian maid, the maid girl, Hagar, to Abraham so that he might have children through her. Hagar became pregnant, and as a result, Sarah became threatened by her presence in the household. In the moment of appearance, moral silence, Abraham shrugged his shoulder. Your maid is in your hand. Deal with her as you think right. There was a problem in the family. A woman was very smart. God said, don't worry, I'm going to do what? I'm going to make you as fruitful as what? As the star of heaven. I'll make your children as many as the sand of the earth. But what matters, we as a human being, we are never what? Patient. We don't want to wait for God's time. So, voila, I have an idea. The woman tell the man, oh, this is my maid. Remember, there's a lot of maids. Abraham has a lot of maids. Why did Sarah pick Hagar for Abraham? The Torah tells us that Abraham has 450 men, apart from their wives, apart from their children, apart from all the animals. Abraham was actually a king of a mini town. That was a mini town. Because if you say that Yishmael has at least one wife, that's another 450. And 450 plus 450 is 900, apart from their children. So, we all remember that in those days, men have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wives. So, they are already big community that Abraham is heading. Those are all his property. Right? So, among one of those girls, Sarah took Hagar. But people think that Hagar was just an ordinary girl. No. According to our sages, Hagar was a princess of Egypt. There's something down there. So Hagar, because there's a royal blood flowing in her vein, right? So therefore, I can give her to my husband so that I can get a good product from her. But did God commanded them to do that? No. But we have an idea because we are smarter than God as a human being. Right? They have a child. And now Sarah became threatened because of that. Remember last week we said, what makes a woman stand firm in her husband's house? Children. If a woman has no child, her leg is like this. She's not stable. Because the family of the man has said, send her out. We don't need her because there is no child. What gives a woman confidence in her husband's house is her children. That I have arrived. I have my children with me. Now, Sarah became threatened because of that. And so, let's see what happened. No? Abraham, Sarah came to Abraham. Hey, Matthew, you see what is going on? Abraham said, oh, you know what? It's not my business. Go deal with your servant. Did I ask to give it to me? No. You said, you idea exactly what you told me. Go deal with your servant. Now that is usually what men does, Sarah abused her, Sarah abused the maid, abused Hagar, who ran away into the wilderness. There an angel found her by a fountain of water, and the angel asked her the crucial question of life. Hagar, maid of Sarai, where have you come from, and where are you going? Hagar answered, I am fleeing from my mistress, Sarah. She never lied. She said the truth. And the angel convinced her to return to Sarah. comforting her with the knowledge that she will bear a son whose name will be Yishmael. Remember, Yishmael was announced by an angel. Yishmael was not the name was not given by Abraham. The name Yishmael was actually given by an angel, not a man. Can you imagine that? Let us see who this man is. Because we tend to close our eyes. That is what I'm saying. We tend to forget about our past. Ishmael is part of us. We tend to close our eyes that we are not interested, we don't want to see it. Angel gave the name Ishmael. Angel pronounced the man before he was born. Just like Isaac was pronounced before he was born. How many of them like that in the Torah that were pronounced before they were born? Few. Yeshua was pronounced before he was born. And who else again? Shimshon. I think that was it. Just 4 of them before they were born. Okay, let's see. So the angel asked her to go back home. And what is the meaning of the word Ishmael, as I said? Ishmael, the meaning of that word meaning, God hears. God listens. God hear me. He will be a wide heart of a man, his hand against everyone, and everyone's hands against him. And he shall dwell alongside all his own kinsmen. Agar then named the God who spoke to him El Roy, the God who sees. And the place is therefore called Ba-Sheharoi. See, the name Agar, a woman, gave God a name, El Roy. God will see. For God see my pain. God see that I'm in need. God answered me. The second drama occurs chapter later in chapter 21. This is the most important place I want us to look. All this is just a refresh or a refreshment. Genesis chapter 21. The covenant has been sealed. Abraham and Sarah are now Abraham and Sarah. Abraham has already bargained with God in the matter of Sodom and Gomorrah. Sarah has been promised a child, and God came through on that promise. Isaac is born now, and Hagar and Ishmael stand on the sideline at the wedding ceremony with Ishmael. According to the Midrash went wide. Right? These are Midrash now. So the Midrash said, 1. The child was either playing. 2. The child was either fooling around. 3. The child, Ishmael, was making mockery of the ceremony. Or 3rd or 4th, the child was actually involved in some kind of sexual issue. Right? Or the 5th one, they said that Ishmael was taking an arrow trying to shoot at Isaac. That is Midrash. Remember, I always say, our people, we are guilty about that. Our people try to always, the issue that we try to always uplift our own, while try to downgrade the other. It's normal. It's a normal thing of life, right? Because we can see, as I told you several times, we have 2 Torah. The Torah that we are reading here is 2 Torah. We have the Torah of the Ephraim. We have the Torah, the E-Torah, and the white Torah. The E-Torah is the Torah from Ephraim. And there you can see, it's all here. There you can see in the book of Kings, you can see that in the northern kingdom, they lift all their kings, and they put down the one in the south. But in the Torah of the south, they lift up all their kings and they put down those of the north. That is it. And that is exactly what we are doing now. We're trying to make a midrash to bring down Ishmael, to downgrade him. What is going on? Only God knows. But this man is beyond that. Because if we look at the action of this man, his action is extraordinary. He's a different human being from what is portrayed of him. Let's see. The tension went boom, explosion. What has been laying dormant is exploded. Sarah became very angry and jealous of her maid, Hagar. Right? She is after all my help. She's a maid. She's a servant. How Sarah must have despised the presence of this young, healthy, fertile woman in her camp. Because the lady was young, was healthy, and was fertile. And so Sarah doesn't want that. That is a competition with her. I don't want that. Right? Let us call a spade a spade. That is it. That is the fact. That is the truth. And so the matriarch begged Abraham, the husband, to cast Hagar and her son out into the desert. And what does that mean? It means death. Right? A child. I mean, when we use the word a child, I mean, at this time, Yishmael was like around 20, 25 years old. Something like that, right? So, but if they are thrown into the desert, what are they going to eat? Right? Because they were just given a jar of water. And that was it. Nothing more. Only a jar of water Abraham Avenu gave to the mama and sent them off. Okay? Hagar stumbled through the wilderness with her son. She carries the parched lad on her back. Let me not look on as the child died. She pleads, and so she cast the lad under the thorn bush. At that precise moment, her eyes were opened to the presence of a gushing well of water. Yishmael drinks from the well, and he survived to become the ancestor of the Ishmaelites, the Arab nations, and the Bedouin, the boy that was carrying the rabbi. What is the rabbi trying to teach us here? He's trying to say, Abraham Avenu, of all human beings, right? Abraham Avenu, that wasn't a poor man, he was a rich man, no? He took the wife, this maid, and boom, throw her out into the desert. Not even a bread. Are you saying that Abraham doesn't have a bread to give? Only water, the Torah said, only jar of water. Not even gold. Are you saying that Abraham doesn't have a gold? Not even a donkey to carry them. Are you saying that Abraham doesn't have a donkey? Not even a horse for her to ride. Are you saying Abraham has no horses? Abraham, for God's sake, was a rich man. Right? From now, you want to say Abraham was a billionaire. Right? But he gave them nothing. Zero, only water. My own question now is, as a human being, is that right? Is that right? Is that just? As a human being. Because most of us, I always try to see Abraham the righteous. Of course, Abraham, I'm not saying Abraham is a righteous man. Abraham is my forefather, Abraham is a righteous man. Of course. But God said Abraham is righteous. What am I to say Abraham is not righteous? Abraham is righteous. But as a human being, using human rationale, is that right? But we say no, it's not right. Because he has a lot of things that he can give to this guy to survive. But he didn't. He just cast him into the wilderness. So what are they trying to do? They are trying to cover their actions. Sarah put this man into trouble, and Sarah wants to resolve that trouble by killing him. Right? Cast him out. We don't need him. I have a son now. Hallelujah. I'm free. No? I am now the wife. I am now established in my husband's house. But this one is a threat to me. This child is a threat to my own son. Or this woman is a threat to me, because if this woman remains in this house, Abraham can go and meet her again and they can have a lot of sons and daughters. So I need her out of the house. Yes, Abraham Avenu doesn't want to do that. Right? He struggled with it. He asked, no. I don't want to do that. Because that's my son too. But God said, listen to what the wife said. Do as the wife said. So it's very hard. And the man did according to what the wife said. For God said, Ishmael shall be a father of nations. I will take care of him. Ishmael is in my hand. It's a kind of a trust. Abraham Avenu trusted God. Because God said, Ishmael is in my hand. You don't worry. Set them out. I'll take care of them. But my own point, my own human understanding is why can't he give them something at least to support them? Just for them to something like to start their life, a kind of a I would say a kind of a loan, And I say, okay, I'm giving you this gold. You can start life. You can buy a house. You can buy a land, right? You can, I mean, to the woman, buy a land, start somewhere, and you can build a house and start something. You can start a farm, start something to support your son. But he didn't do that. No. Remember, Abraham has another wife after the death of Sarah, right? Petra. The Torah said, and before Abraham died, Abraham sent those children also away, not empty-handed. Abraham gave them gifts. He gave them a lot of things. He gave them property. He gave them gold, maybe sharing cow, horses, everything. He gave them. But to Yishmael, zero. And people will come and tell me that Yishmael is a bad man. Yishmael doesn't matter. At some time, I wonder what some of those rabbis, what they smoke. Right? Yishmael was a righteous man. Yishmael was a good man. Let's see. Okay, continue the rabbi. He said, at that moment in Patra, I saw the gaze on these Bedouin boys. In my imagination, I was staring into the wilderness looking for Hagar and Yishmael, his ancestors. His gaze reminded me that when we reclaim the story of Hagar and Yishmael, we reclaim something essential human in ourselves as well. Remember that Yishmael and Hagar are still part of us. We cannot ignore them. We cannot try to match them with the force, with the power of force. No, they are part of us. What are we doing? Bombing, killing. You cannot continue to kill innocent souls. I'm against terrorism. But at the same time, I, as a rabbi, am against capital punishment. Against collective punishment. No, we cannot punish an innocent person for what an evil man has done. If we find the terrorists, we kill them. It's normal. That is good because they're terrorists. But we cannot kill an innocent man because his son or his daughter is a terrorist. What if he doesn't know what his son is doing? We cannot kill a son because his father is a terrorist. What if the young boy doesn't even know what his father is doing? Right? We cannot kill an innocent woman saying her husband is a terrorist. What if the woman doesn't know that her husband is a terrorist? How many women know that their husband is a criminal? Some women, they don't even know. Some women know, yes, but some women, they don't know. They just say that the husband brings money. Okay, my husband is working. Right? My husband is the vice president of TD Bank. And maybe the husband is a criminal in TD Bank. So they don't know. So we cannot come and say, okay, the woman is guilty for the sin of the husband. No, the husband should face the consequence of his action. And the woman is not guilty because she doesn't know. That is what I'm trying to explain, and that's what I'm trying to say. We cannot just drop bombs and try to eliminate people that are innocent. We should differentiate between the evil and the good. And the same thing our father Abraham did this in this Parshas Va-Yera. He said, the Lord God of the ends of the multiverse, are you going to kill the innocent with the righteous in Sodom? God said, no, come on. I'm not going to kill the innocent with the righteous in Sodom. No. The evil one I will kill, the righteous I will save. Is that not? That's what God said. And Abraham prayed. And there was nobody that was righteous in Sodom. And God sentenced Sodom for what they did wrong. So we need to be able to differentiate between the good and the bad. We cannot just wipe everything out and say they're all bad. No, it's not all bad. Now, what does it mean to be Hagar? That's one of the most important things. Let's come to the real world now. We're coming back to the real world. What does it mean to be an Hagar? Okay, we really stop and realize that Hagar is a pivotal figure in the Torah theology. She was the first woman to be told that she will have a child. The first woman to be told. Not even Sarah, her mother. Hagar was the first woman to be told that she's going to have a child. She is also the first woman to hear divine promise of descendants. Not even Sarah, her mother. Hagar was the first woman to be told that she's going to have a descendant by the mouth of God. Not her own foremother. She is the first woman to weep for a dying child. She is the first woman or the first person visited by an angel. The first. A woman. Not even Sarah, our mother. A stranger that we call Hagar, no? An Egyptian that we call Hagar, no? A cast and an outcast, no? Can you see how God works? Can we see how the Holy One, blessed be He, how He works? God talked to a stranger, not even those people that call themselves, I'm the Son of God. No? That's what we can deduce from that. She was the first person in the Torah, right? That named the name of God, that gave God a name, the first woman to give God a name. Edroy. God will see. God will see. So we need to understand this woman, that she is very important. She's not just an ordinary woman. We don't just read and forget about it. We have to have understanding, see what the Torah is telling us. That listen, see what I'm showing you. Everything is in the Torah, but sometimes we tend to cover our eyes and see if we don't want to see. She is now a new Adam. She is a radical Adam, taking the power of naming and applying it even upon God. Can you imagine? Can we imagine that? God said, and Adam named all the animals. No? Did Adam name God? No. A woman named God. He took it to a next level. He's giving God a name. So this is very, very important for us to understand as a woman, that this is good. That Hagar is not just evil as people tend to paint her, that this evil, bad woman. No. Or Yishmael is a bad person. No. To me, I don't agree with that. So, finally, let's see. When we look at Hagar, we see our own image. I mean, the Israelites themselves, but slightly in a different way. She goes into a forced exile back to Egypt. Remember, we came out of Egypt. She is an Egyptian. She's going back to where she came from. Her footsteps in the desert of Negev and Sinai were there for us to see on our way out of Egypt. The footstep of this woman is right there, telling us where we came from. Our ancestors saw our footsteps still intact in the sand of the Sinai. As Phyllis Tribble notes in one of his texts, the text of terror, Hagar experienced an exodus without liberation. We experience an exodus with liberation. She experiences a wilderness, but with no covenantal moment of Sinai waiting for her. We experience covenantal moment in Sinai. She wanders, but with no land in distance. We wander with a land in distance. She knew unmerited exile, but with no hope of return. We know unmerited exile with the hope of returning. That is the difference between us and Hagar. We need to understand this pivotal woman in the Torah. She's very, very important. She came, here comes the irony now. Hagar named God, but she is herself mostly unnamed. The only character in the story who call her by name is the angel. To Sarah, she is that Ama, the head, a slave girl, a maid. You don't have to be totally politically correct to see what Philip Tribus is seeing or is talking about the story of this special woman in the Torah. She has three kinds of oppression: nationality, number 2, class, and number 3, genders. She is a poor woman. She is that homeless woman. She is that bad woman, the woman that carry your bag, right? She is that resident alien, She is that single mama. She is all that is cast out. She is not only Hagar, but Hagar the stranger. She is the piece of herself that we deny, that embarrasses us. That is who she was or is. So we need to understand, when we look at this woman, we need to look at ourselves, right? Because we need to see that Hagar actually is speaking concerning us as a human being. concerning us as an individual, concerning us as a nation. There's a lot of things that Hagar that we don't want to even know about her, because to us it's an embarrassment. No? And God is saying, no, we need to deal with it. We can't just cover it up. We can't just say, okay, you know what? Let's kick them into the desert to die. Then when they die, and that is it, the problem is solved. The problem is not solved. It is time now for us to come together as children of Abraham and talk. What is the way forward? Remove hatred. Remove all this negativity that has been lingered for thousands and thousands of years. What does that mean now? The question now is, what does it mean to be an Yishmael? Okay, so Yishmael is that piece of us that remains on the sidelines. The piece of us that cannot understand what is going on the crucial moment. The piece of us that is alienated and therefore alienating. Right? It's a piece of us that, I don't know what is going on. I don't understand what is going on. Which one is my own problem now? I never asked to be born. Somebody give me life and now you are kicking me out. Somebody give me life and now you are throwing me into the wilderness to die. What did I do wrong? So we need to imply that in our life. What are those things that alienate us from God? Or what are those things that we are alienating in our life? Many parents, they say, you know what? This boy or this girl, they're talking about their child, never listen, disobedient, is never hearkening to instruction. I'm going to cast him or her out. So it's your child, or it's your son, or it's your DNA. Do you remember when you are young, maybe you did even worse to your mama? Now it's time, it's payback time. It's your own time to now face the consequence of your action. I always tell my wife, when my daughter, Sarah, she's very stubborn, right? So Sarah will do, then my wife will say, I'm tired, la la la. Then I said, why are you tired? She said, because she never listened. I said, oh, she never listened? He said, yes, she never listened. I said, okay, do you remember when you are at her age? Do you listen to your own mama too? They said, no, don't say that. Don't say that. No, I said, no, I have to say that because you don't remember when you are like that. No, you complain now, but when you are like that, you do the same thing. Now it's a payback time. It's your time to pay back. So we need to, what goes round comes round. You need to understand that. When we try to hide things, you can't hide it forever. It will come. But when you try to hide it, it will either haunt you when the time comes, or you face the consequence when the time comes. So, moreover, let's see. Finally, but in the midst of the wilderness, when the lad is dying, when Ishmael was laying dying in the wilderness, we read that God heard his cries, Bashahu Shem, where he is. The Midrash said that the angel of God cried out, Master of the universe, let the boy die. We don't need him. Don't you see that this boy will be the one who is going to wage war in the Holy Land? The angel was telling God, this boy is a dangerous guy. He will be the one causing trouble when the time comes. It is time for him to let him die. Right? So let's see what God said. No, God said, I hear the cry of the child, where he is now, at this moment in crisis. The truth of the Midrash is this, that God sees us in our present state, judging us only on our merit at the moment. That's what the Midrash is saying. The angel said, let the boy die. The angel is thinking about the future ahead of time, what is coming. God is saying, no, it's not about the future, what is coming, it's about now. Yeshua gave the same example. He said, I would say that's a man, a bad man, very bad. And suddenly, even we have it also in the Talmud, I wish I said several times. Very, very bad man, bad, evil man. And suddenly, this man was seen in the kingdom of God. Brother, oh, this man is a bad man. How come this man inherited the kingdom of God? Not knowing, at the last moment, the man made it to Shubha. He repented. And God forgave him. And now it's in the kingdom of God. And you that say, I'm righteous. You see yourself in damnation. So what is going on? But this man is even worse than me. Because you did not obey. Yeshua said, the first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first. That is the Midrash. It's simple. God said, it is not about 10 million years to come. It's about the moment, now. What are you doing now? What are we doing now? Are we down backbiting? Are we there now making lashara? Are we there now stabbing our brother and our sister at the back? Are we there now doing what is evil? Or are we there now doing what is just and right? It's not about what you did long time ago. The people, they tend never to forgive themselves. Right? They tend to hold tight to their iniquity. And God said, no, forget. It's past. I forgave you. I let you go free. Now it's time for you to continue to do what is good, day by day, night by night, every time. Forget about the past. It's gone. I do what? I have cleansed it. I clean everything away. I will never remember them again. Let's have a new slate, a new paper, a new page. Let's continue with a new page every day. That's what God is saying. Forget about now. For now, the boy is in trouble. The boy has to be saved. It's not about what the boy will do 10 years to come. Save it. So, finally, what does it mean to be Abraham and Sarah? Let's look. For Abraham, this incident was a test, the final test before the Akedah, the binding of Isaac. Rabbi David Polish suggests that the Akedah was necessary precisely because of the incident with Agar and Ishmael. How come? God saw that Abraham was all too willing to sacrifice them. Therefore, it was after this that God tested Abraham. You see? Can you see what connects that one connection connects to another? People, they don't see that. The Rabbi David said it was only after Abraham kicked out Ishmael, kicked out Hagar, that God brought the last test upon him. Okay, let's see now. You are willing to remove what you don't like. You know, it's easy to kick out what you don't like. It's easy to kick out what embarrasses you. It's easy to kick out, those things that you dislike. And now let me see if you are going to kill your son that you love. It's a test. The one that you love, let me see if you can kill him for me. Because it's easy. God said, oh, don't worry. Kick out, listen to your wife. It's easy. Anyway, I don't even like him from the beginning, right? Anyway, I don't want it. Yeah, Sarah forced me to do it. It is not my wish, But now, hallelujah, God, you are good God. I kick him out because I don't need him from the beginning. And now let me see if you can give me Yitzhak. See, you don't like that one? Okay, this one that you like, give it to me. And let me see if you like it, if you are going to do it. It's taking days and months. It's hard. This is what I love. And this is what God is telling us. The hardest thing to take from a man is what? Is man's goal. The goal of a man, man will kill himself because of his goal. And God said, give me everything. All your load, give everything. Bring it. Give it to me. If you can do that, then I know that you can give me your life. That's what God is saying. Abraham, God is telling Abraham, if you can give me this, I know that you're special. Something different. So it took Abraham a long time to have a lot of midrash concerning that, which I'm not going to go inside. Abraham went about asking his friend. No. His friend telling him, is that not the same God that you said saved you from fire? Is it not the same God that saved you from Nimrod? Is not the same God that did this, all this thing unto you? So if this God telling you to give you his son, I go give it to him. You know, sacrifice the son. God said you do that. But Abraham understood one thing, a principle. Because God said that this boy shall be my what? Descendant through which I'm going to make a promise. So therefore, God has a choice. If I kill him, that's only one choice that God has, to raise him up from the dead. Because the boy cannot die. That is it. The same thing here. Yishmael cannot die. We Israelites might try as much as possible. God has said the boy will not die. The boy will not die. No matter how we try to slaughter them like chicken, we can't get rid of them. What we have to do is to come to a compromise. Is to come to sit down together as what? As the children of Abraham. Let's talk. Let us stop killing ourselves. Let us stop destroying ourselves. Let us stop hatred between ourselves. And this is the most important thing, finally. Or when this man died, when Abraham died, Abraham died, the Torah said that Yitzhak and Yishmael came to bury their father. Look at what this man and the people that has no idea. Look at what Ishmael went through. Look at the pain, the terror, the everything that this young man went through in his life. And at the end of the days of his father, he came to pay obeisance. He didn't say this man is an evil man. He didn't point finger at his father and said, you will never rest in peace because you did me evil. You kicked me out. You put my mother in the desert. I suffered with my mother. You gave me nothing, zero. Ishmael never did that. He never said so. He never did that. He came to bury his father with his brother. Is that not? Tell me which rabbi can do that? Let's turn the table. If that happened to Isaac, can Isaac come to bury his father without a problem? Because it is easy for us to talk. It is easy for us to blah blah. But can we live that life? We are children of Isaac. Let's turn the table. If that happened to Isaac, can Isaac, our forefather, do that to his father Abraham? Come and bury him with no pain in his mind? That is the issue. That is the point. But this man came to respect his father. The children of Keturah that Abraham gave gifts, everything. Where are they? They never came. Because Torah didn't talk about them. If they came, I don't know. But Torah never talked about them. Where are they? Maybe their mama has poisoned their mind. Oh, don't forget your father was a bad man. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying, right? Oh, your father just gave you this and kick you out. Now he's dead. Forget about that. You know. And the children say, yeah, mama, you are right. No, that is it. But Ishmael, it's a different case. What did Hagar, the mama, told him? I don't know. Maybe the mama Hagar told him, whatever happened, you will never, ever disrespect your papa. No? There are women like that. There are women that will poison their children against their father. No? They will poison, oh, your father was a bad man. Your father oppresses me. Your father did this and that. But women, sometimes they forgot that man was not forced upon you. There was a time that you loved the man. No? There was a time you say, honey, mini, monyo. No? No. That's the truth. That's the fact. But now, something happened, you dislike the man, you begin to poison the mind of the children against the man. No. The Torah doesn't condone that. No. Tell good about the man. The man might be bad to you. Keep it personally. It's yours. I mean, put it. Tell the children the good thing about the man. The good thing that you experience about him. The good thing. Let God judge him. Let God judge her. I'm not talking about the women alone. I'm talking also about the men too. Men that their children live with them. They talk bad about the mama of their children. Hey, your mama is But there was a man, there was a time you love the woman, no? There was a time you take a vacation everywhere all over the world with that woman, and now suddenly the woman is a bad woman. What happened? Don't do that. Say good about the woman to the children, about their mama. Let God judge their mama. Because I know that Yishmael doesn't just rise up one day and say, okay, you know what? I want to go and bury my father. You know, after I have not seen my father for how many years? Maybe for 70, 80, 100 years. I have not seen my father. And now my father died, I just rise up one day, I want to go and bury him. No. The mama, Hagar, has done a good job in the life of that child. Hagar has taught the child to never ever disrespect his father. Hagar has told him, your father is your father. The issue that I have between your father is between me and your father. But you have no mouth in it. You respect your father, you give your father obeisance. So this is the point I'm talking about, that each and every one of us has to understand. The man, Yishmael, wasn't an ordinary man. He was a great man, a good man. And as soon as we recognize this as an Israelite, the better is for us. For us to come together as the son of Abraham, Abel, as the son of Adam, as the son of God. We are all one. So we should realize that instead of us dividing ourselves, instead of us poisoning the mind of our children. There was a video that I saw. A boy, a Jewish boy of maybe, I don't know, 10 years old or 11 years old, right? Before I close, the Christian, they were doing in Jerusalem, they were doing the cross, they put the cross, I don't know, it's one of the Easter time, they were doing the Easter time procession, right? And these guys were coming from the synagogue, right? The adults were at the back and the children were in the front. And the children, the 11 years old, 12 years old maximum, they saw the Christian and they were spitting on the Christian, right? And the elders, they were watching and they were laughing. Instead of them to tell the boy, no, don't do that, that is wrong. They were laughing. So that means we are encouraging them to continue in hatred. Where are they from? Do they read the Torah? I don't know these people. I have no idea what kind of Torah they read. Maybe I am naive. I don't know. But what I know, that Torah will never condone that. That's what I know. You cannot degrade your fellow man. And because the Talmud said, the book that they said that they put in high esteem than the Torah, right? The Talmud said all of us are created in the image of Elohim. You cannot degrade the image of God. And these people are doing it and they're laughing. It's very sad. So this is what I'm saying. Each and every one of us can see Hagar in our life. We can see Yishmael in our life. We can even see Sarah and Abraham in our lives. Because we cause trouble and we want to cover that trouble up. You know, there is a lie. You cover it with another lie. You cover it with another lie. You cover it with another. It never ends because the lie will want to come up. And then you need to keep on covering one lie or the other until when everything will explode. No? And when they explode, it's too bad, it's too late. Come out, say the truth, stand firm. The Parshas Va-Yera. Downstairs, I'm going to talk more about it. And I said, the word of life, the voice of Yishmael. The word gave life to who? To Yishmael. And may we find the word of life. And may the word of life give us life. Shabbat Shalom.